Hello, sexy soul. Welcome back to the channel. So in this pick a card, we're going to be looking into forgiveness as the main topic. So it could be what you need to forgive within yourself, what sort of a situation that you need to sort of move on from, all of that. Okay, and this is going to be a mini reading. So if you want a longer reading from me, all my links and everything are down below in the description box. Okay, and just like a few things first before we start, I just want to say that this reading is going to be a little bit short, like I said, but I am going to be short and sweet, and you know, if there's some things here that I speak about that trigger anyone, that is kind of my intention here today, is because forgiveness for me is one of those things that is the best way to heal from anything, and I truly believe that every time that I, you know, have waited until it was the right time to, you know, move on and everything, it's just shifted everything for me. Now, do I think that you should forgive someone straight away? Obviously not. I think that, you know, over time things get easier and you can, you know, eventually look at it with a different perspective. So that's just something that I would like to say, because I've recently noticed that with people who hold grudges, it makes them kind of sick sick to the point where they either, you know, go through health issues, or that they actually start to even look kind of ill, or even come across as quite nasty and ugly in certain ways. So for me, the biggest turn off is holding a grudge. So that is just what I want to say. If you want to hold a grudge, you can. But you know, the longer you hold it, the worse it'll get. So that's what I want to say about that. So with the piles, we have 3 piles. I don't have crystals today. I just chose 3 cards, and it's kind of funny because I did choose all of the tarot cards, and I know what they are, and it's weird. I'm not going to use these cards, but they kind of tie into what I've already pulled. So yeah, so the first one we have is the Ace of Spirals. The group number 2 is the 2 of Mirrors, and group number 3 is the Golden Flower. And yeah, take all the time that you need. The timestamps are down below, and I will see you all in a momento. Okay, hello group number 1, welcome to your reading, and let us have a look. So these are the cards. These are all the cards that I'm pulling today. So I have one up here. I just put it up there for now, and I'll incorporate it in a second. The lead. So the first thing that I want to sort of point out is the Kipper card here at the bottom, which says occupation and number 34. Okay, let's hold it up so you can see a little bit more. So with this card, what I'm getting from it is that I'm just paying more attention to not really what she's doing or the word occupation. I just feel with this energy and everything that it's been surrounded by, it's sort of trying to stitch up something new, trying to make it better, or trying to heal something that isn't supposed to be healed. It's like there's all these dresses, and here with the Empress reversed, it's sort of saying that maybe you're wearing the wrong dress, or you're trying to put on the wrong armor. That's what I'm getting from this. So you need to sort of move away from trying to make it okay, trying to fix it up. Okay, that is the first thing that I am picking up. Okay, with this as well, it must have something to do with this Queen of Swords, someone who has said something, or they are just very sharp and they will cut you like a sword when they want to get what they need. Okay, and you know, she's wearing these sunflowers, or these nice yellow flowers in her ears. Okay, so it's giving me that this person sort of is on your mind a lot. The yellow here and the light here at the back as well. So they're constantly kind of in your head, and because they either put some sort of stress on you, or what they said has really weighed you down, and it's not making you feel like the type of person that you want to be in this world, okay? So that is what I'm getting. What you can sort of do about this right now is start showing more respect and love for yourself. This is not about sharing space with this person. You just have to let these people that are not agreeing with what you have to say, sharp and sort of straight to the point feminine energy is not what you sort of need in your life right now. They are there to trigger you, but you do have to sort of look at it from a different perspective now. They're not necessarily trying to bully you, or they're not necessarily trying to put you down. So whatever this with the Empress reversed, it has something to do with maybe you just didn't feel like the prettiest, or you didn't feel like other girls were very nice to you. So it could be some of that tied into it as well. But what I'm getting from this is that the way that you need to move on with the Five of Earth here, I'm paying attention to this tree. So this is, for me, when I look at this card, I get kind of lonely, but I also feel kind of stagnant and like it's the perfect opportunity to just stand still and be like, okay, I have a choice here. And when I'm looking at the tree above here, which this says a blessing on your wisdom, when I look at this tree, there's two sides here. And also another thing that's standing out is following the light, okay? Because we have it here, as above, so below. You have the power right in your hand there. She's holding up this globe. I'll show you this. You have the power to completely turn everything around, okay? And that is what the message here is. The earth is shifting and healing, and people, the more people start to forgive and move on, the easier life can start being again, okay? It's the river. I'm looking at the water flow here in the background. We can start to move on and make new decisions and make new friends, okay? But you need to know how to deal with this type of energy. This type of energy is coming in time and time again because it's testing you and how you see yourself, okay? And we have here healing the earth. The light is kind of, I think if I do it there, I don't know how to make it because it's pretty bright. That's kind of annoying. Maybe if I turn the light off. Yeah, you can kind of see this. I just really like this card, so I wanted to show you, but you can't really see it there. Yeah. So now I have to turn it back up. Whoop. There we go, that'll do. And yeah, so with this, a blessing on your wisdom, this is time for you to really step up your game and see that this is all happening for you to really tune into what you've sort of been doing for the past while. You've sort of been lingering in this energy of not feeling like the self-love that you've been doing. Okay, and now it's the decision here for you to sort of seek out guidance to be able to, you know, choose how to move on from whatever it is that these energies. I just feel like it's always someone trying to come in and outsmart you, or always trying to be like really, really harsh about what they say, and you just kind of are like, why is this happening? Like, what am I supposed to do here? I don't know what to do. And it feels with this Five of Earth that sometimes it's like, you know, for a long time in your life you probably just were in that freeze, and now you're in fight mode, okay? But that fight mode is this opportunity to sort of take the other side of it, because the wolf here is more about the, you know, fearlessness, okay? The raven is there to sort of warn you that your fears are around you, and paying attention to them will help you. And then the owl is the wisdom. The owl is the light from as above so below, okay? This is the polarity here. And now this is why this Five of Earth is here. It's like you get to make a decision. Which path do you want to choose? Do you want to keep going down the path of fear, or do you want to move towards the path of love? And it's funny because they're on this, both of these are on that side, and I'm just seeing here future prospects, okay? You need to sort of change the way that you see your future as well, I'm hearing, because humanity is starting to have a little bit more respect for themselves, okay? And this was what this whole transition is all about, okay? It's having more respect for ourselves and also for the rest of humanity. But we must see that everyone that has a problem with us is there because it's the universe's way of saying, this is what I want you to look at so that you can move on from it. And the more harsh people are, the more you can sort of say to yourself, like, I must be I must be someone to really I must be that person that is always challenged, and it's exciting, because life is those memories of, like, you know, when someone says something, you're like, at the time it's like, oh my god, how could they come out with that, how dare they? And then when you move away from it and you forgive and you forget, you laugh about it, and it is so good then. But like I said in the intro, when you hold a grudge, you stay stagnant like a tree, and the tree eventually gets all these other trees that are growing around it start to grow and become abundant, and this old tree here starts to get dark, loses its leaves, and no one really cares anymore after a while. So this is what I want to let you know, is don't become caught up in the way that other feminine energy is perceived around you sometimes, okay? Move towards being the best version of both of those, because you don't have to be all nice. You don't have to be all nice. That's not what it's all about. It's about knowing how to approach it without having to talk like these people, okay? You don't have to, you know, be all nicey. You have to learn now how to communicate and articulate what you actually want to say. That's the challenge here, okay? So yeah, I think that's all I have for this time for group number 1. If you enjoyed this, leave a like or just comment. And if you want any like updates or life updates from me, discounts and stuff like that, or even just to like be engaged in like what video I choose to do next, Instagram is the best place, so that is linked down below as well, and all of my links for private readings as well as in the description box. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the future. Goodbye. Okay, hello group number 2, welcome to your reading. And yeah, these are all the cards that I'm pulling today. I'm not pulling any more. And yes, let's get straight into this. So the first thing that I want to point out here is this card in the middle. We have toll and labor. And what I'm sort of getting with this energy over here with the little boy, the 8 of Swords sort of here, sort of the way that I look at her is like she's got something on her mind. She's working her ass off, or she's really trying hard to, you know, just get through, and feels like, is this part of my lesson? Like, why is it always something to do with me? Like, how do I get myself out of this situation? So that could have been like when it was happening, because I'm not sure if this is in the past, to be honest, because I am with the 3 of Fire here as well. There's sort of thoughts above her about the future, like, well, how could this work out? How could this work out? Because I'm not really understanding of like what's really going on right now with them, okay? Or the situation, because it doesn't. I'm not entirely sure if there is a person involved here, because there could be someone who has been sort of childish in some sort of a situation, and that could be you. I am sometimes a little childish. I have a lovely inner child that likes to express itself, but sometimes we need to be adults and be responsible. So this could be why this is here. With the Justice card, it was like you might feel like things weren't fair. You were put in a situation where you were just frozen and stuck, and you don't really know how to speak, etc, etc, okay? But this is a time for you to step out of your comfort zone, okay, and start, you know, pushing yourself to really re-energize what is within you. You are not you know, you're not a a bad person. You're just lighting up parts of your DNA. This tree of illumination, this is just part of what you've chosen to do. And these lessons, you know, we get frozen and we feel certain emotions because when we are stuck, we have to move at some point, and that's sort of how the universe likes to do things. It's like to bring us back into balance, they sort of have to slap us out of our mood or funk or whatever it is, okay? And this card for me is that as well. Like, the universe is always there to mother you and look after you, but sometimes she's like, you know, just, you gotta walk on your own. You gotta walk on your own, time to go, okay? Now, that is just for some people. Everyone else, what I'm picking up here as well, there is a situation where it is to do with, it could be three people here. There is 3 people here in this card. There's one there and one there and one there, and then there's 3 birds up here as well. So this could be something to do with more than one person. It could also have something to do with work and not feeling like things are fair at work, and people and the whole environment of the unity does not feel very good, okay? Now, if we're talking about a specific person here, this person with the Justice card, I feel like they're very fair. They're the type of person that is not trying to, you know, they're not trying to cause any harm. They're very fair in how they do things, but they felt attacked, and their defense mechanism could have been doing something that you might feel like isn't the right thing to do, and you just don't really agree with it. You don't really agree with the way that they've approached it, and you don't know how to tell them, or you don't know how you can move on from it, okay? Because that fiery energy, the red hair and the fire here behind her, which is like the moon, so you may have a moon in a fire energy, but that fiery energy is like, I don't know how to move on from this, because the way that they think and the way that they are is a little immature for me, and I just can't really be around that, okay? And I want to show this card because it's a lovely card, but I have to kind of hold it tilted here. You can see the face above. The way that I like to look at this, the number 7, the 7 chakras, the way that it's sort of going up through is like an awakening, okay? And the way that I feel about this is you have to start just speaking the truth from here on. This is what the true test is all about, because I love the color purple here as well. And the color purple for me with the red, or the orangey kind of reds, okay? This is to do with, to be honest, it feels like abundance blockages, and this person is sort of showing you what you don't want. So they could be someone who likes to drink alcohol and not really be there and listen to you. They have a bad habit that sort of keeps getting them stuck in the same sort of cycle, and they don't really know how to find their own balance, because this Justice card is like, it's a little different for me. This deck in general is a little different. I just look at this card a little bit differently, because I kind of tie it into addictions and sort of things that are balanced, we feel, but there's another side to it. So like, you know, people might think that eating food is to bring them back into balance, or an excuse kind of to be in balance, and you don't really know how to talk about that. You don't really know what to say to them. So that's the energy that I'm getting here. But I think that where you're going is you've got really good plans. You have a lot of good things coming for you, and you're always a little bit ahead. So the thing that I feel here is that you're just on a different playing field. And the reason this toll and labor is, you could be really, you know, trying to do your best to move on and live a better life for yourself. But it also feels like here it's just tied into that everything is a little bit hard work at the minute because of the situation, or maybe the person that is involved, okay? And yeah, the 3 of fire here is just keep your eye on the prize. And for you, it's, you know, you have everything that you need. All you need to do now is to just be true to yourself and understand that this is not a time for you to go around in circles. This is a time for you to stop, think about it, find the right words for yourself and be like, listen, I forgive myself. Whatever way you like to forgive and forget and move on, find the right words and write them down, or just help yourself express your communication with yourself first. And then if there's someone involved in this situation, you can then be like, this is how I want to bring it into balance. I want to tell you that you're stuck and I can't do anything about it. I can't help you move on if you choose to keep going back to being stuck. They are sort of a distraction, but they are to teach you a huge lesson in realizing that, you know, some people are at different stages of their evolution in the spiritual world, okay? And some people level up together and some are not meant to do that, okay? So that is, especially when I see this card, I love it, but it is a comfort zone card, and it's just like, you know, with this card next to it, it's like, is it really that comfortable? Because you deserve better. And this card seems to be popping up for me recently too, these days. That is all that I have for you, group number 2. If you enjoyed it, just leave a little like or a comment, just engage in some sort of way, and I would be so happy. And yeah, if you want updates and discounts and all of that jazz, Instagram is a place to be for me, okay? Because I'm loving Instagram recently, just because there's a lot more, I don't know, I've changed my mood about Instagram. I feel like I'm interacting more with people there. So yeah, and if you want to book, like I said, if you want to book a private reading, the link is in the below. Okay? But yeah, thank you all so much, and I will see you all in the future. Goodbye. Okay, hello group number 3, welcome to your reading. So these are all the cards that I'm going to be pulling today, because this is a shorter reading. This is crazy though. Like, it's so weird how this is all tied in. This is definitely, there's someone involved, obviously, wealthy man, good fathers, King of Pentacles. Obviously this is to do with someone who could, for me, feels like they're the one, but someone doesn't want to believe it, and I don't know who that is, but I think this is the person watching this. So it could be that the man is self-sabotaging, but it doesn't look like it, to be honest, just when I look at everything else. It's just two people that are both very much balanced, and they are both very much you know, able to stand on their own 2 feet. But where do they meet each other in the middle? There is no cups here. There is no emotion. The only emotion I have is really from the color blue from over here, and the number 13 and the number 13 here, which is a feminine kind of energy number. So this man must have an aspect. He's also wearing a, it doesn't look blue on there, but he's wearing a blue suit as well. So that's the first thing I want to point out. Second thing I want to point out, so we have privileged lady here, and then we have the 4 of Wands. She's wearing a hat. So this is that connection. And as well, the 4 of Wands has to do with stability and a house. There's a little patio house there in the background. It's also the umbrella here. Oh my god, this is crazy how these cards are like connecting. And then we also have the King of Pentacles and a wealthy man. Now Pentacles, that is the wealth, you know, that is what he is proud of, is that he is financially stable enough to, you know, provide and be there for you. He can always, you know, be that one step ahead of you, but you're a little maybe taken back. And what I'm getting here is that this relationship or this situation is a slow moving energy, okay? When I think on this, like the King of Pentacles, I'm not actually sure with the King of Pentacles if it's tied to Capricorn energy, but I am feeling it with this. I should know that. I know all of the other suits, but just with the King, I don't remember. But the mountain lights here, okay, this card, I love it, but like you can't see it. Am I able to show? I just have to turn it off. But yeah, I love this card. And this is the mountain that I'm talking about. It's like she doesn't want to leave this space, okay, to go and like be in this sort of higher spiritual connection with someone. This is sort of your time, I feel. This is your initiation. We have light beings, portals, subtle energies. You're going to start noticing subtle energies, little synchronicities and shifts happening in this relationship. And these subtle shifts is actually your spirit guides wanting to connect with you to tell you that everything is okay and you have nothing to worry about. Okay? So that is something that I just want to point out. And this also is, it's a karmic thing. So I just want to say karmic means action. So this is something that you have to take action. You have to go towards this mountain at some point. And it is this as well, as privileged lady reminds me of the 9 of Pentacles. So it's like you're like, I have all I need. I'm perfectly fine. And here with the 4 of Wands, it's also giving me the impression like I can, I have all of these things that I can sell. Like I can do things. I can be an entrepreneur. I don't need you to be, telling me how to do things or what to do or how I can change or blah, blah, blah. And it's like this energy is testing you at the minute because it's putting you in a place that you haven't been for a long time with this 9 of Swords reversed, okay? It feels like this is something deep rooted, tied to I can provide for myself. I've done it. I've built this for myself. I don't need you interfering. I don't need your help. I don't need your ways of making me feel a little bit more free. Okay, with the bird here as well. Sort of, he's come in. He is the king with the crown here and the King of Pentacles here. He is the king. He's sort of growing and he's pulling out the weeds. He's trying to show you that, sometimes to move on, you have to go up the mountain. You have to move and go. It takes a long time, but it's about patience. And I think that this is what you're learning with this relationship. And I hope that this is resonating in some way, because it might move back and forth, because it's hard, honestly. It's hard to tell, but just with the position here, it feels like this is connected to you, and the Justice card here is connected to him because of the number 13 as well. I'm connecting that with this feminine Justice card, which normally it's a masculine. Actually, I don't think it has a gender. Oh, I'm thinking on Temperance, actually. Sorry, this is just giving me Temperance vibes as well. But with the Justice card, anyway, I'm seeing it as the duality. Okay, because the 12 and the 13, and we have the 13 here. It's like you're caught in the middle of like a perfect partner or a really good situation, and you're like, I don't know. And it could be, there could be just that small thing that maybe they have a temper. Just when I see the antlers, it's like they may have some sort of a temper or something that is very animal sort of instinct or animal behavior, and you're like, I don't really like that. But it is really, it's a masculine energy that you sort of have been running away from, I'm hearing. So now, as it's coming towards you, he's trying to help you heal parts of the feminine that you've been suppressing, okay? And the way that I'm looking at this little patio in the background here is you let people see into your life. You sort of are very much open with a lot of things. But down here, when it comes to actually your inner world, like on the external, obviously, you let people see into your home. I don't know if you're on social media or something, or you're just very much like, hello, I'm here, come to my shop, or I'm promoting this product, or whatever it may be. You're very much on camera, or you're in the limelight, or just in general. And then we have this here. Deep down, you're like, is this all that life is about? Isn't there more to life? And I think that this is going to be a hard thing, but you need to start forgiving parts of your younger self that told you that the only way to feel happy is to work hard and be successful and find a successful man, etc., etc., and then everything will be good. And now it's like, okay, well, now you're finding a match, but this match is trying to level you up to realize that love and true love for like being able to have someone who is a perfect match for a good father he might not be the perfect man, but he's got the, you know, he's motivated to try, but he needs you to also try. The masculine can never really step up until the feminine starts to step into her true power. He's stuck, he's stagnant. He doesn't know how to create as much as the feminine. So that's why he needs that feminine balance. He's got it in some aspects, but you've got the power here. You're the true creator. You're the true one that can bring this full circle. Okay? And I hope this made sense, because it feels like a really interesting story. I love it. I feel like I was very specific, but I did not, I could not avoid that everything was just connected up here. And yes, is there anything else? No, not really. Just the number 4. 444. Okay, 444 is an angel number, and that could be why justice is here. This is basically trying to say that this is your time to break down the walls and break free the wings as well. Okay. Yeah, also you could do some sort of a with the mountain lights, you could also do some sort of a meditation where you has something to do with a mountain, or some sort of a hypnosis session to get into here, because this is like blocked. Okay, and you might be watching this reading, but I have no clue what you're talking about, because this is blocked. I think you need extra help, someone who can help you with understanding subconscious, because not everything is trauma. Okay, but this here, it doesn't feel like it's trauma. It just feels like a memory. It's like a moment in time where you're like, fuck that, cutting that off. I'm not letting anybody ask me any questions about that ever again. I'm fine. Everything's fine. This is the energy here. Okay, that is all I have for you, group number 3. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment down below. And if you want to suggest any readings, topics for next time, Instagram is the place to be. I am active there, and you can DM me if you want, and I will try my best to get back to you. But yeah, and if you want to book a private reading to go further into this or something else, the link is down below as well in the description box. But yeah, that is all for now. And yeah, I'll see you all in the future. Goodbye.